Hi, I'm Deirdre McClean, and I'm a zoology PhD student working with Dr. Ian Donoghue in Trinity College in Dublin. I'm really interested in how individuals, species, and populations interact with one another to produce some of the complex patterns and processes that we see every day in nature. I'm really fascinated by seeing how broad-scale patterns, such as animal movement in groups and community dynamics over time, can arise from single individual-level interactions. What I'm also trying to do is understand these spatio-temporal patterns of communities and assemblages from an evolutionary perspective. So what are the evolutionary selective pressures that are driving the ecological dynamics? So currently my research is particularly focused on how communities respond to and recover from different disturbances, and what aspects of the communities might enhance their stability over time. And essentially my work hinges on the question of what makes communities of animals living together in a particular space and time stable in the face of disturbances. So a stable population in this case is one which has reduced variability, increased resistance to environmental changes, and also biological ones, such as species loss. And they can also be communities that are very resilient or very quick to recover from certain disturbances. And to answer these questions, I use a number of different experiments, both in the field and in the lab. And these include one experiment where I looked at freshwater invertebrates in a lake in Donegal, where they were subjected to water level changes and nutrient enrichment. And more recently, I have been using these microcosms, which house communities of bacteria and protists. These are really great because I get to play around with different strains of mutant bacteria and look at how things like social interactions, the number of trophic levels, and also species functional roles, and how all of these impact on community level stability. It also allows me to do long multi-generational studies in the space of just a few weeks. So the goal of my work overall, I guess, is to gain an understanding of how different communities of animals respond to globally important disturbances, both environmental, like climate change, and anthropogenic, such as the loss of habitat through human interference. Hopefully as well, by gaining an insight into what kind of individual and population level interactions contribute to overall community stability, we can aim to ultimately predict how different communities will respond to a given threat and optimize our management of ecosystems so as to maximize their overall stability.